Hello guys, welcome to our class of number 14, and this is going to be our last class in this course. So what we have here in the game right now, we have three scenes. So we have the game, so we can shoot at the ghost, yeah, of course, and then let's say that if we die or do something like game over, I'm gonna just let them vanish me. Okay, so we have game over. This is high score, this is score, and we can always retry and play again. We don't have a way of actually winning the game, so this is one of the things that we're going to do in this class. And another thing that we don't have is a main menu of our game. So in today's class, in our last class, we're going to be making our main menu. I'm going to try to make it because we can make it very similar to what we have on Game Over. I'm just gonna try to make it slightly different so I can show you guys a little bit of different ways of making like a menu. But to be honest, you can use the same concept of Game Over or Game Win to make the main menu. Pretty much is going to have buttons, a title, and the background. But I'm going to make a little bit different. And then, of course, I'm going to make a way of winning the game, because right now we can't win the game. If we vanish all the ghosts, it doesn't actually happen anything. So what I'm going to do today, it's check a way to see if the score, actually if there is any ghost alive, and if it is, it's not going to jump to the game win. But if it doesn't have any kind of ghost alive in the scene, then it basically go to game win. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But we're going to start first with our main menu. So I'm going to make basically the same thing we did in our last class. Like, I'm going to use the sample scene as a base for the scene. So I'm going to start by deleting the ghost. I'm going to delete the canvas. I'm going to leave terrain and directional light. I'm going to delete the ammo. I'm going to delete the ghost. And I'm going to leave one ghost, but then this one ghost, I'm going to remove the scripts, the nav mesh, and also I'm going to remove the rigid body, and I'm going to remove the audio source, right? So I'm going to basically remove everything that I put in the ghost premium or any other kind of ghost. And I'm going to, in the camera, I'm going to remove the Bitcoin, the bit gun. All right, so that is our sample scene. And of course, just be careful with this. We need to save this as main menu. Don't save it with the same name, because then we're going to need to redo everything. All right, so scenes, main menu. And then if we go back to sample scene, we have the original file. All right, so just a safe, like a way that is a little bit safer to do this is like, first save as a main menu and then later delete the things in the main menu. I guess it's a little bit easier to make, like the same way we did with Game Over. All right, so we have the main menu right here. We have the ghost. I'm just going to make the ghost appear like to the camera, you know, like I'm going to kind of fake a scene with the camera right here. So the thing is, the ghost will be looking at the camera, but it's not active. It's just a model, right? Because I like to delete all the models. So I'm going to have it looking at the camera, and the camera, maybe it's just going to be looking at it. Yeah, and maybe the ghost premium, I'm gonna make it smaller so it actually fits in the scene. Okay, right, so okay, I guess that's cool. So if I play the game, she should float. Oh yeah, I can control the camera because I have the scripts on the camera. I'm going to remove the scripts from the camera as well. So remove this, remove character controller. Yeah, and that's it. Like, let me test right now. Okay, so you see that I have this ghost in the scene. It doesn't have anything yet. So and then this part is going to be very, very similar to what we have on game over and game win. I'm going to add a new canvas. So UI, canvas. And then inside of this canvas, I'm going to add a text. And this text is going to be, I'm going to name it title. It's going to be the title. And just gonna make it white. And then the name of the game, I'm just gonna be very, very creative with you guys, and I'm gonna put like Ghost Game. Alright, so yeah, not very creative, but anyway, I'm going to make this title appear in the top, and I'm just going to align it, make it bigger. I'm just doing this a little bit fast because that's basically what I already did before, right? And I'm just gonna make this Ghost Game bigger. Alright, and then position X 0 to be centered like this. Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, that's our Ghost Game. Or if you even like, you can try to make it like in the corner right here. So like go with the corner. And then in the canvas, I'm going to add 3 different buttons. I'm gonna first make one of them. It's going to be the play button. So it's going to be the first button. And then doing exactly the same way as I did with the game over, I'm just gonna make the button black and then the text white. I think it's cooler for some reason. And then of course the button will be named play. Right? And just, I'm going to put all of them like in terms of the right. So align it with the right. So align with the right, I'm just gonna make it 0, 0, and then move. So play. You can make it bigger. And then I'm just gonna copy this play button. The second one, it's going to be credits. And the last one is going to be quit. Alright, so all those 3 buttons that we need. Just change credits to credits. Oop. And then quit to quit. Alright, so the main menu looks like this. Ghost Game. Of course, depends on the aspect. So depending on the scene, it's gonna look different. But anyway, one way of actually making this look big in all screens is to go on canvas, and then on canvas, instead of constant pixel size, you can change to set with screen size. So if I play the game, it will keep the size right now. Yeah. So goes the game, and I can go play, I can go credits, and again I can go quit. So of course, if I click on the buttons, does not happen anything. But I'm going to write a script right now to do things for play, credits, and quit. But first, before we actually make the script for it, one thing that I'm going to do is to create another canvas, and it's going to be an image. So inside of the canvas, it's not create another canvas, create another UI element. So inside of the canvas, I'm going to go UI and then image. This image, I'm going to make it black, right? And I'm going to make it center. It's already centered actually. So the thing with this image is that this is going to be on my credits. So it's gonna be something like this. And then just let me rename this to credit. And then inside of the credit, I'm going to put another UI text and white text. And then basically you can put any kind of text. I'm just gonna make it fill the whole background screening like this. And I'm gonna put like a middle, and then right here you can put like the text like author, and then you can put like, I don't know, me, and then programmer, also me. All right, so here you're going to put your information. So that's going to be your credit. The thing is, When you click credit, it's just going to enable this. All right, so this is what credit will do. Play, it will go to simple scene as game over do with red tree, so it's going to be basically the same command. And quit is going to finish the game when we play the game. All right, so we're going to have these three different buttons, and we need to have a script for them in order to make them work. So here on script, I'm just going to create a new script, and I'm going to call it main menu. And this script is just going to have three functions, not going to have start or update. It's just to have the functions for each of the buttons. So I'm going to delete everything that is inside. No, I'm going to delete everything that is inside. So first is going to be play. Ooh. All right, just one moment. So first is going to be play, and this is going to do the application, load, level, and then simple scene. Okay. The next one, it's going to be quit. Okay, and then the quit function to a game, it's just like application quit. It's very easy. So this is going to close the game and go back to your operational system. And then before we go to credit, we need to have the object of the credits. So I'm going to have public game object and then credits. And in the function public void, I'm going to create a function credits, right? And then this function will make the credit game object actually set active, and then it will set active to the opposite of the currently information that I have. So if it's true, if it's already active, it's going to deactivate the game object. If it's not active, it's going to activate. So it's going to do the opposite of the currently state of this. How do I pick the currently state? I'm just going to go with credits, active self, and that's it. Active self, it's if it's activated or not. So if it is, it's going to be true. If it's not, it's going to be false. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the opposite. So if it's true, I'm going to go false. And if it's false, I'm going to go true. All right, so we have three functions, one for play. This one is going to load the sample scene, that actually the game. One for quit, and it's going to close the software. And the last one is credits, that are going to activate or deactivate the credits game object. All right. Okay, so we need to have this script in somewhere. So I'm going to, as the same way as I did in the game over, I'm going to create an empty one, and I'm going to call a game manager. And then this game manager will have the main menu, and then it should have the credits. Maybe I have an error, I don't know. Okay, so it load up. For some reason it hadn't loaded up before, so I just it's the same script. Okay, it was something with Unity. All right, so it is right here. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to link the game object credit, the one that we have our name and everything. I'm going to first disable it, and then after this I'm going to link with the main menu script. So it means you have the object that it can activate or not. And then inside of play, I'm gonna just add a new on-click event. I'm going to link game manager, and the functionality will be main menu. Play to credit, it's going to be the credit one, so main menu, credits, and to quit, it's going to be the quit one. Okay, before we continue, we just need to add this scene to the build settings. So we go on File, Build Settings, and then here we're going to add open scenes. And of course, the main menu needs to be the first one because it's the first one to be loaded in the game. So it's going to be the first one. And the quit button is not gonna work in a Unity editor because it can't close Unity editor. It just can close the software, the game. You can only see it working in the final game. But I'm going to play it. So I have the button for play. If I click it, it goes to the scene. Okay, so play is working. Let's test credit. So credit right here. You have the credit, so if I click again, it disables. So yeah, that's basically how you can do windows in your game. And then, as again, quit does not work in Unity editor. So okay, main menu, it's done. One thing that we need to do right now is to check the game win that we didn't do yet. So I'm gonna just open the sample scene again, and then there is a way of doing this that is going to be kind of easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change actually the Ghost and the Ghost Premium, both prefabs that I have. I'm going to tag them as Ghost. All right, and then inside of the player manager, I will try to find all the ghosts, and it's going to return a list of all the ghosts that exist in the scene. And I'm just going to count. If that list is 0, it means that I vanish all the ghosts, and then I can go with game win. So it's a quick way of checking, and it doesn't really matter to count every single ghost because it's going to pick the list. So it's going to be pretty smart, because even if you add more ghosts to the game later, it continue to work. It's not something that is fixed like a 5 or 4. Like, it doesn't make sense if you put more ghosts, doesn't work anymore. So this is a little bit more universal. So first we're gonna go to prefab, and then on ghost I'm gonna, here on tag actually, I'm gonna put add tag, and then the tag that we're going to add is going to be ghost. Save. So in the prefab of ghost, I'm going to add ghost, and you can see that I already changed my premium because the premium is a variant. But if it's not on your case, just make sure that you tag all enemies ghost as ghost, so our script can actually see if they are existing in the scene. After we do this, we're going to go to player manager, and on update, that is empty, we are going to write the following. I'm going to have a list of game object. So game object list ghosts, and this is going to be equal to the game object find game objects with tag, and the tag will be ghost. All right, so it's going to try to find all game objects that have tag ghost. If they have tag ghost, it's going to put in that list. All right, so right now we have, let me see, just to check if it's actually ghost rhythm. All right, so it's ghost. So if ghost length it's lower or equal to 0, it means that it doesn't have any ghosts. So what I'm going to do is application load level, and then the load level of game win, just to check real quick the name because it needs to be exactly the same name, game win, the load level of game win. Okay, so it's going to check if there is any ghost. If it's not, so it means that the list is empty, then it's going to go to game win. Let's check this and let's see if that works. So of course I have the ghost, so if I vanish them, I go to game win. And that works even if I duplicate the ghosts. So if I have more ghosts in the scene, like 5 ghosts, it works. Oop, there is, yeah. Right now it's actually counting more because I think one of the ghosts is not tagged, so that's why it doesn't actually count that one. But anyway, every single ghost that is counting in the scene, it's going to be checking right here, and then it's going to go to your game win. Okay, so right now what we are going to be doing is to build the game. Just one thing before we build the game, just be very careful where you put your goals, because the last time that I duplicate the goals, it was a little bit lost in the middle of nowhere and I couldn't find it, and that's why it doesn't go with game win. All right, so make sure that all goals are near, or at least in the game, so you actually can have them following you and can have the game. Once you build the game, once you build your map and everything is cool, one thing that we're going to do just to finish the game is on game win, of course save the map, and in game win, if you remember, we have this menu button right here that it doesn't go to anywhere because we didn't have a function to go to the menu. So I'm just gonna add on the final scene a function to go to the menu. Right, so it's gonna be basically the same thing. So load level, and then it's going to be main menu. And just before we finish this, you're going to need to do this to game win and also game over. They look pretty much identical, but you need to do to everyone. So link game manager, function, final scene, and then main menu. Let's test, let's see if it works. Menu. Yeah, it works. So we're just gonna do the same thing for game over. So save, and then we're gonna go to main menu, plus game manager, final scene, main menu, and then test to see if that works. Yeah, that works. Okay, so that's our game. It's done. We have everything that a game needs to have. Just, of course, my game, it's not so fun because our enemies in the front, but just make sure that you put your enemies all over the place, not very far from the player, so it doesn't take a while to the ghost to reach the player, but make it challenging, play a lot, make it different, like how many bullets you have, how many life you have. Just make it in a way that is fun. Once you finish the game, you can go to, let's go to main menu right here. I'm gonna go on file, build settings. It's already to standalone by default, and what I'm going to do, select your target platform, in my case Windows. I'm going to click build and then select a folder. Once you create that folder, you will have the icon of Unity, and then in this icon you will double click and play your game. All right, so thank you guys very much. That's how you make games. And I'm going to include the video of me playing my own game. So I'm just gonna cut this pretty fast, so actually it doesn't take the while to build the game, but I'm just going to build the game and then I'm going back and show to you guys. So guys, that's how our game looks in the folder. So I'm going to click right here and open our game. So this is Unity. This is how our game looks. So I'm gonna go and click on credits. You can see that it's me and also me. And if I click on quit, it's going to work, but I'm gonna let you guys see in that on final. So I'm gonna go on play. You can see the game right now. So you see that it's run smoothly. So I'm gonna try to vanish the ghosts. Alright, so I win. That's my highest score because I only play in one time. And if I go on menu, I go back to the menu, and if I click on quit, it will close the game. That's how you make the game, and that's how the game looks. So thank you guys for this class. I hope you guys enjoyed making this game. I hope you can make it very, very cool and make it in a variant, so make it a little bit different. So thank you guys very much for this, and see you.